Hello, everyone. I'm going to be keeping this initial introduction pretty short because I'll be back later on with the tour like normal, which will also be shorter. Um, I'm currently pushing the limit of what I'm capable of doing this week because I can't remember if I said it in this series or if I said it in my survival series or if I cut it out entirely, but I am keeping myself to a strict schedule of posting this once a week every Wednesday, right? I want to keep to this schedule. I am going to. It is currently Tuesday night. It is past 10 o'clock right now. I'm recording the intro after recording the outro. So in the outro, I'm probably going to say almost 10. I think I do. It is after 10 now. And I still haven't edited everything together, music and all that kind of stuff. So I'm probably going to be here until, I don't know, 10:30. So I just want to get this done. I do think this episode is pretty good. I'm pretty happy with almost everything that I built. There's a few things, especially near the end, that I built because I needed to add time to this episode, because I knew that I didn't want to do a long tour at the end of this episode, partly because I just didn't think I needed to do one. Like, it just didn't fit this episode, and I didn't want to do a non-time-lapse build like I did in the second episode, because that takes a long time to film. Because believe it or not, building these buildings, as quick as it looks, most of these time lapses, each and every one of them, almost take 20 minutes, every single one. And like the cathedral that you can see in the background, that one took close to 2 hours. And it got cut down to, I think in the end, like, I want to say like 8 minutes, which was a huge portion of the episode, sure, but it was a long time building just one structure, because there's just so much to it and so much. And I mean, even before I start the time lapse, there's so much research that I'm doing. I'm looking at Google Maps, I'm looking at images, I'm trying to find what exactly I want to put in these spaces. I'm trying to match my vision with something real and pull the two together so that I can get the best outcome. And then I have to go in game and I have to plan things out using wool and all these other things and see, like, is this actually even viable? Is this shape possible? I mean, that's the reason why most of these buildings, when you see them, they will have wool outlines, because I'm trying to figure out, like, is it going to fit in this space? Is my vision going to even work here? And then I start building, and sometimes I start building and I don't even like what I'm building, and I delete it and I delete the footage and you never even see it. There's a lot of work that goes on behind the scenes. And when you're doing this and college and trying to maintain a normal life, it can get challenging at times, not gonna lie. But I like it. This is my way of having fun every day. It's my creative outlet, and I figured I'd share it, and I'm having fun sharing it, so I'm just gonna keep doing that. And I said that I'd keep this short, but I've been rambling on forever now, so I'm just gonna shut up and let you enjoy the time lapse. I'll see you later. Okay, everyone, I'm gonna keep this outro segment brief just because at the time of recording this, it's almost 10 o'clock at night. I've been really busy this last week, and recording this episode has, believe it or not, actually been challenging to find the time. So starting at the end here, I did make a few modifications to this building after the time lapse and cleaned up a few things that were broken and wrong. Some of the windows back here were very much misaligned and weird. I'm not a huge fan of this building, not gonna lie. There's a high probability this building will change significantly. This is one of the first buildings that I've built in this series that I'm not really happy with. Honestly, I like the idea of it, but I don't think the execution worked out very well. This building here was not in the time lapse. I'm actually very happy with it. There's probably more work that could be done, but I'm happy with it. I like it. And obviously it's meant to be like some kind of modern art museum kind of thing. That's why it has like very few windows and things, because obviously protecting art. It's done. Well, this street is done. The Little Italy area, I want to add more like bits and pieces around, because obviously, you know, it would encompass like a small area of the city here over on this side. But this here is the main street with all of the furnishings and, you know, the restaurants and everything like that. This would be like the Instagram spot, I guess you could say. Like, this is the street, right, in Little Italy. That is so hard to say. I love this building so much. You could probably tell because it's the focal piece of the of the thumbnail. Like, usually I don't make thumbnails until after I'm fully done recording. I've already made the thumbnail before I even finished building everything in this episode, because as soon as I built this, I knew this is what I wanted as the center thumbnail. I was like, this is it. This is what I want. I'm very proud of this building. I love it so much. It's not even that complicated of a building necessarily. The form is pretty simplistic. There's not a lot of block variation, but the design of it is just, I genuinely think, really good. I think it works here really well. Not to toot my own horn or anything. I just love it. You can see trees have been added in some spots and more buildings. Again, you didn't see in time lapse, such as these 3 buildings here, which need a little bit extra work. They're not going to remain exactly as they are. I just wanted to, again, get it done for this episode, so I had things finished and ready to go, because it's like deadline moment. I need to get this done, and I need to go to bed because I have school tomorrow. This building I also really like. I think it came out well. I especially love the tuff. I haven't used tuff a ton in the city yet, obviously, because I was about to say it's a relatively new block. Not really anymore, but it is for me, because by the time tuff came out, I was in the middle of computer issues and it took me forever to get my computer fixed. So I actually haven't been able to use tuff very much. It's a relatively new block for me. And I love it. I genuinely think all the new tuff blocks are gorgeous, amazing. They have very specific use cases in terms of this city, but the specific use cases they're used for, such as this like stonework at the bottom of this building, it works perfect for. There's nothing better. It just works really well. I love this building, and I think it works really well here. Some graffiti on this wall to help solve the blankness of it, and I think it actually works pretty well. Another building that's been imported from the old world with minor modifications. I mean, if we look at the map, I'm really happy with this area. I think it really fills in nicely, and you can imagine once we have all of these blocks up here filled in with like similar buildings coming all the way down, and we start to get taller buildings over here towards the waterfront, and then they start to get taller down here towards the park, and we fill in this way. I can already see it. I can picture it in my mind, and I'm so happy with it. Honestly, one of my favorite views of this area is actually from up here on this like roof restaurant, right? Because you can just barely see over some of the roofs, and once they have like water towers on all these roofs and, you know, all the decorations and things, I think this is gonna look really cool. But just being able to see that church steeple there poking up, I really want to preserve that, so I'm not going to have any buildings in the way here. Obviously we only have this row of buildings here that would be in the way, but I really want to make sure that you're going to be able to see that from up here, from like any of these angles, just because it's so beautiful. And I think it really like becomes a symbol of this area. Like, this is definitely something that grounds this space and makes it a unique area, which I think is important if you're building a city for yourself, you know, right? If you're building a city in Minecraft, I think in order to not make it so that it's just utterly repetitive and boring for you and anyone viewing it, you need to have landmarks that that make areas distinctive, right? So even just like this, like having this one street be dedicated to something, like this is Little Italy, so I decorate it differently so it's unique and it stands out. But also things like churches or government buildings, even post offices, like use it. Look up post offices, find something you like and make it a staple piece, whether it be, you know, old like kind of Gothic architecture, or whether it be, you know, postmodern architecture like this, right? This is a staple piece. This is going to attract your attention as a viewer is flying past or watching a video that you're making. They're going to see this and be like, wow, I need to stop and look at this for a second, because it's different and unique. Or stadium for that matter, again, different and unique. Having these kinds of staples help to separate areas of the city so that it's not just one big blob, but that you manage to have things be cohesive, yes, but with unique personalities to every area within your city, so that you can understand like, oh, there's, even within this large city, there's different cultures here. There's different people from different walks of life all living together in this one space. And it makes it feel more lived in. And it's just more fun. You know, it's more fun to build spaces that have uniqueness to them rather than just one large similar thing where everything is the same and uniform everywhere. It's not very fun to create for most people, I'd say. So, you know, that's my recommendation. Don't go with one thing that you like. Do a bunch of things that you like and make it work, you know, fit it in. You'll find the space. But anyways, I think I'm gonna actually leave it there. I hope that you've had a great week, and I hope you have another great week. I will see you next Wednesday. Please do remember to, if you want to, like if you like the episode, and subscribe if you want to see more. And with that, bye-bye.